There's a highway in Pennsylvania that leads to nowhere. Its asphalt buckles and cracks. Steam rises from the ground like breath from a sleeping dragon. Graffiti covers every surface. Messages, names, warnings written by thousands of visitors who come to witness something impossible. This is Route 61, the graffiti highway, and beneath it, hell is burning. Welcome to Centralia, Pennsylvania. Population 5. A town where the ground has been on fire for over 60 years. A place where the earth itself became the enemy. This is the story of how a single mistake erased an entire town from the map. In 1842, the Locust Run Coal and Iron Company saw potential in a quiet stretch of Pennsylvania hillside. The land had been purchased from Native Americans nearly a century earlier, but now something valuable had been discovered beneath the soil. Black gold, anthracite coal, the hardest, cleanest burning coal in America. A mining engineer named Alexander Ray was tasked with designing a town. He called it Centerville, later renamed Centralia to avoid confusion. In 1866, it became an official borough. By 1890, Centralia was thriving. Nearly 3,000 souls called it home. 7 churches reached toward heaven. 5 hotels welcomed travelers. 27 saloons poured drinks from miners after long shifts underground. There were theaters, a bank, a post office, and 14 stores lining the main street. This was the American dream, fueled by what lay beneath. The Locust Run Mine, the Coal Ridge Mine, the Hazeldell, Centralia, and Continental Mines. An entire economy built on extracting treasure from the earth. But every mine is a wound in the earth, and every wound can become infected. Before the fire claimed Centralia, blood had already been spilled. In 1868, just 2 years after the town's founding, Alexander Ray, the very man who designed Centralia, was murdered. The killers? The Molly Maguires, a secret society of Irish-American coal miners who fought back against brutal working conditions through intimidation, sabotage, and murder. Ray's death became legend, a dark omen hanging over the town. Some say you could still hear his ghost walking the streets at night, warning of dangers yet to come. But Centralia endured. Generations were born, lived, and died in the shadow of the coal mines. By the 1960s, the boom had faded. Many mines had closed. The population had dwindled. The town was quieter now, tired, unaware that its greatest trial was about to begin. May 1962. The town council needed to clean up the landfill before Memorial Day. The solution seemed simple. Burn the trash. It was routine. They'd done it before. But this time, something went wrong. The fire found its way into an abandoned coal mine beneath the dump. And anthracite coal doesn't just burn, it smolders. It can burn for centuries if there's enough fuel and oxygen. At first, no one realized what was happening. Smoke appeared in odd places, basements grew warm, but Pennsylvania had hundreds of old mines. This didn't seem unusual. Then the problems escalated. Carbon monoxide levels became lethal. The ground grew hot, dangerously hot. Vegetation died in patches. Steam rose from the earth even in winter. They tried to stop it. They pumped water into the mines. The fire evaporated it. They tried to dig it out. The fire was too vast, spreading through miles of interconnected tunnels. By the late 1970s, the truth became undeniable. The fire couldn't be stopped. It was spreading beneath the entire town, feeding on coal seams that stretched for miles in every direction. The government estimated it could burn for 250 years, maybe longer. February 14th, 1981, Valentine's Day. Todd Domboski was playing in his grandmother's backyard when the ground opened beneath his feet.
He fell into a sinkhole 4 feet wide and 150 feet deep, directly into the burning mine below. His cousin grabbed him just in time, pulling him from a hole belching toxic gas and heat. Todd survived, but Centralia's fate was sealed. The government offered buyouts. Some families left immediately. Others refused, believing the danger was exaggerated. But year by year, house by house, Centralia emptied. In 1992, the government invoked eminent domain, condemning all remaining buildings. The holdouts fought back in court. They lost. By 2002, the U.S. Postal Service revoked Centralia's zip code 17927. Officially, the town no longer existed. The demolition crews came. Block by block, Centralia was erased. Churches where generations had married, schools where children had learned, homes where families had built lives. All of it gone. But not everyone left. As of 2020, 5 residents remain. 5 people who refuse to abandon their homes, despite government orders, despite the danger, despite the fire still burning beneath their feet. They are the last witnesses to Centralia, living symbols of defiance, or stubbornness, or perhaps just love for a place that no longer exists. The cemeteries remain too, the dead of Centralia, forever watching over streets that vanished. Names carved in stone, outlasting the buildings, the businesses, the dreams. Today, Centralia is a tourist destination. Thousands come every year to walk the graffiti highway, to see smoke rising from the earth, to witness something apocalyptic. The town became legend. Urban explorers tell ghost stories. Some claim to hear voices in the smoke. Others see shadows where buildings once stood. Centralia even inspired the horror video game series Silent Hill, a nightmarish town consumed by fire and fog and the sins of its past. Centralia is a warning, a cautionary tale about the cost of progress, about the wounds we inflict on the earth, about what happens when we dig too deep and take too much. The fire is still burning, right now, as you watch this. It's expected to burn for another 200 years. And somewhere in that emptiness, 5 people remain. Ghosts in a ghost town. The last residents of a place that's already become legend. Centralia, the town that burns forever.
The story of Centralia reminds us that some mistakes can't be undone. That sometimes we create disasters that outlive us by generations. But it also shows us something else, the resilience of the human spirit. Those 5 people who remain aren't just stubborn. They're testaments to what home means, to belonging, to refusing to let go of the place where your story began.
Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the forgotten corners of our world.